Hello everyone, this is WooChop again, bringing you the third and final game between Slurgi and DarkCell in the MLG Dallas 2011 Losers Bracket Round 4. We are here on MLG Shattered Temple, with Slurgi spawning as the blue Protoss at the 12 o'clock position, and DarkCell spawning as the red Zerg at the 6 o'clock position. In the chat we can see that both of them are commenting about their last game, saying that their next is sore after that. If you haven't seen it, it was an extremely long game, extremely entertaining. You should definitely watch that right now if you haven't. Just stop this VOD right now and watch that first. But anyway, we see that Slurgi is putting out a pylon right at the top of his ramp right there. That would lead me to believe that he's going to go for some sort of Forge First fast expand, as he has in the past two games. Putting that forge down on the low ground, being powered by the pylon on the high ground, and setting that probe out to do a bit of scouting at the close by air positions at the 3 o'clock, seeing that DarkCell is not there, so instantly he does know that DarkCell is at the 6 o'clock position. Likewise, DarkCell scouted the close by air with that Overlord, saw that Slurgi isn't there, knows that he's at the 12 o'clock position. And yes, there is the forge going down for Slurgi right now at the bottom of the ramp. Gonna make a little bit of a wall, make it a little bit harder once the Nexus goes down. He's able to put down some more buildings, gateways, cybernetics cores, some cannons to just block DarkCell from getting up that ramp too easily with any Zerglings later in the game. And DarkCell is also going for a spawning pool first, so he's not going to go for any kind of heavy macro build, not going to go for that early macro build, not getting his natural too quickly. Slurgi is actually patrolling a probe around at that natural, preventing DarkCell from putting down any sort of hatchery, and DarkCell does send a drone out to try and deal with that, but Slurgi is just going to keep that on patrol, and DarkCell does not even have the minerals to put that up yet. Slurgi, on the other hand, puts up his Nexus and gets his natural up quite a times before DarkCell even starts thinking about putting his up. He's actually going back there now, chasing that probe into his main, and that drone is able to put down that natural completely uncontested. And a couple of Zerglings out for DarkCell right now. Just going to use those for a little bit of scouting. That one Xel'Naga in the tower, Xel'Naga tower in the middle, will be quite vital in this match, as these two are in cross-map positions. That's the term I'm looking for. And so you're just putting down a gateway right next to that forge to make a little bit of a wall. I'm guessing he's going to... No, he's putting down a second gateway. Alright. Usually you'd see a Protoss putting down their cybernetics core after that gateway is finished, but Slurgi is just going for a 2-gate opening, forge fast expand opening into a 2-gate. And we do see that DarkCell stole one of the gas in Slurgi's main, and now one of the Zerglings is just running around Slurgi's main, getting all the scouting information it could ever want. And there goes the cybernetics core for Slurgi, so he will be able to get that warp gate research as soon as that is finished. We do see that DarkCell did get 2 gases fairly quick, so he's not going to be focusing on his hatchery tech too long. He is not getting metabolic boost at all, so no Zergling speed. Also upgrading a layer, so with all this gas that he is saving up and the layer tech, I would think he'd be going for some sort of spider play, maybe some fast Mutalisk to do a little bit of harass, as Slurgi's main is quite open to that right now. No cannons defending. That one Zergling is still going to town on that simulator, taking down most of its shields, but deciding it's gonna have a better time attacking probes right now. Slurgi does have a Zealot coming in. Ooh, that Zergling does get a couple of probe kills. A little bit of carelessness on Slurgi's part. DarkCell is probably pretty happy with that. One Zergling taking out 2 probes. They could die right now, and DarkCell would probably be completely fine with that. And if we look at the unit counting station, DarkCell is ahead on drones with 35, and Slurgi has 33 probes. Even though Slurgi got that Nexus up a little bit faster than DarkCell's natural. He is behind in the work count. Oh, now going up ahead a little bit as DarkCell puts down a few buildings, getting gas as natural. He is also getting a Hydrogen, so he's not going Spire. He is also getting Ventral Sacs and Pneumatized Carapace. So we're going to see some more drop play as we have in the other two games, going drop focus play in all the games in this series. Something you don't see all too often, but honestly, I really enjoy it. That layer is done, and Pneumatized Carapace is almost finished. The Ventral Sacs is almost finished as well, and getting Groove Spines for the Hydras, getting more gas as these Zerg units will be costing a lot of gas and not quite as heavy on the minerals. Setting out a few Overlords to do some scouting, make sure Slurgi does not too prepared for this. And we do see that Slurgi has a lot of sentries warping in right now. He does have 4 gates on his 2 bases, just saving up a lot of minerals. Possibly going to go for another quick expansion, taking out the rocks over here and taking that back expansion is a very likely possibility. And we do see 7 Hydras, I believe, coming out for DarkCell right now. He has 6 out, and there's 7th making 5 more, so he's going to have a lot of Hydras taking down those rocks for now, keeping those Hydras busy, which is really nice. Don't want to have Hydras sitting there idle just waiting for the right time to pick up an attack. But we do see here on the left side of the map, Slurgi avoiding the site of that Xel'Naga tower very nicely, skirting around the perimeter of the sight range of the tower with a bunch of stalkers, a lot of sentries, and a couple zealots with a probe there to make a proxy pylon. Runs into a bunch of Hydras. Nice force field, splitting that right in half, and DarkCell is forced to retreat. Slurgi not losing anything there. Maybe a zealot, I'm not really sure. Check real quick. Slurgi has only lost 5 units. DarkCell has lost a lot more compared to Slurgi. And just pumping out Hydralisk, not getting anything else. Oh man, I'm not too sure about this Chum. DarkCell, another engagement at DarkCell natural. Force field's going down, separating a few Hydras. Not quite as good as the other engagement, but still taking out any number of Hydras without losing any units of his own is a good trade for Slurgi. A few Hydras on the high ground attacking those incoming stalkers and sentries. More force fields coming in, forcing those Hydras back, but honestly it is hurting Slurgi a little bit. Oh, there he goes. Again, more force fields, cutting him off in between the natural and third. Oh, is he going to pick off that Hydralisk then? Maybe, maybe not. Those Hydras are starting to break through those force fields, go down, does take out the Hydrogen, and being pushed back up into that back third by DarkCell's natural. Meanwhile, he does have 4 Overlords sitting over here just scouting out for now, not really doing too much for DarkCell, not utilizing his drops at all, finally getting the metabolic boost for his Zergling speed, and putting down a couple of Spine Crawlers to help out in the defense. Definitely needs those out there as the Hydras are not really tanking units whatsoever. Slurgi is putting down a Robotics Bay and a Robotics Facility, so he's going to be doing some double Colossus production fairly soon right now. And DarkCell does not scout that out at all, doesn't have any sight inside Slurgi space. Could definitely afford to suicide one of his Overlords into Slurgi's main to see that, and knows that he cannot focus this hard on Zerglings and Hydralisk. But moving up to the right side, the Hydras do start lowering into these Overlords, and he's going for a massive drop into Slurgi's main. Slurgi does not see this coming at all. That one pylon there will see these coming in, but it will not be in time. So many Zerglings and Hydras, he's elevating those up onto the high ground and taking out a pylon, taking out a couple of gates. Is he going to take out that Robotics Facility before Colossus even gets started? Yes, he does. One Robotics Facility goes down, but Slurgi's Stalkers come in, taking out a few Hydras, taking out some Lings, but the second Robotics Facility goes down. Oh, Slurgi is kind of in a bad position right now, not able to produce any Colossi. Those Hydras are just tearing apart the Stalkers, but at the same time they are getting torn apart by the Stalkers as well. and DarkCell is forced to pick up and retreat. Is he going to be able to pick off that one Overlord with 4 Hydras in it? It looks like he takes out one of them. Oh, he stops and does take out 4 Hydras. That is a big loss for DarkCell. Not something you'd like to see happen when he could have gotten out. A few Zerglings left in the base. Slurgi, oh, there he goes. Finally turns around and kills that last one. The supplies are actually fairly even. Getting some nice trade-off going there. Slurgi putting down that robotics facility, robotics facility again. Also getting a Stargate. So it's possible. So after seeing that drops, he's probably thinking of getting Phoenix to try to stop any more Overlords from dropping in his main like that, because it can do a lot of damage if Slurgi is not paying attention. And we do have a Spire going down for DarkCell, and his +1 ranged attack, ground ranged attack, is just finished, getting 15 more Hydras. That is a lot of Hydras. He definitely does need Roaches, in my opinion, to be able to tank, or is just Zerglings. Making 6 Zerglings right now. We do see that he has 38 Zerglings out, so that is a decent amount, and 18 Hydras. So it is a fairly strong force, but Slurgi himself has 19 Stalkers, 4 Zealots, and 4 Sentries. With those force fields, he will be able to hold off any sort of attack that DarkCell tries. And right now, DarkCell just taking that middle Xel'Naga tower. Slurgi's pushing forward to see what's there. Sees that DarkCell's forces are there. DarkCell sees everything that Slurgi has, decides it is not a good idea to try and engage. About changing his mind and thinking that it is now those Zerglings catching up to the Stalkers, cutting them off. Force fields go down, but they're fairly random positions. There they go, finishing that wall off, taking out all these Zerglings. Only 19 left now. Oh, there was another drop in the main. That's where all those other Zerglings are. Taking down more pylons. That robotics facility does finish, making its first Colossus, and this is going to get cleaned up. That facility does go down though. That is unfortunate for Slurgi, losing another one. So 3 robotics facilities have been taken out by DarkCell. That is not good for Slurgi's Colossus production whatsoever. So this way, DarkCell is able to continue producing Zerglings and Hydralisks in the manner he has been. And another engagement over here, cutting off some of those Hydralisks and Zerglings with force fields, able to take them out. DarkCell does get most of his army away though. There are just so many Hydras. I don't know why he's continuing to do this after seeing that Slurgi has been continuously trying to get Colossi out. He eventually will be able to, once he is able to hold off those drops. But I don't know, DarkCell, you have to switch into Roaches or something, so maybe get a Spire going. He does have a Spire up, I saw that up earlier. Not getting a Mutalisk or Corruptors, saw that first Colossus come out. Zerglings and Hydras, I mean, sure, if you have enough, you can kill a Colossus, but you're just going to lose so many units in the process. And we do see that Blink is going down for Slurgi right now, so he will have Blink Stalkers. Should be quite good if he can micro it really well. He'll be able to get out of any sort of danger from those Hydras. Slurgi is not mining gas in his main right now. I hope he does notice that though, and transferring probes over to that. He has also got his gold up and going. That is going strong. Meanwhile, DarkCell took his back third and is also getting his gold right now. So his economy will be a little bit better than Slurgi's once that gold starts mining. But we do see that Slurgi is ahead because of his gold expansion, and just putting up a bunch of cannons right here to help with the defense, make sure no drops come into that expansion. And a Baneling Nest coming down for DarkCell, so to circumvent the force fields that Slurgi's been throwing down, he will likely be doing a bunch of Baneling drops. Oh, DarkCell is loaded up. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Overlords full of Hydralisks. That is 20 Hydralisks and 1 Zergling, but he's not doing anything with them right now. Not sure. There he goes. No, he's just keeping that with his army. No, finally moving that out. Going to be dropping in Slurgi's main once again. Slurgi has not been doing anything with that Stargate. He does not have any